looks, as I guess the term looks repulsive as all get out.
Eat my way into oblivion.
All right.
Diane, thank you very,
Thank
very
you.
much. Now, coming up next, women who use oral contraceptives and smoke have a higher risk of strokes, heart attack, and blood clots. Next, now, how to stop smoking. Stay with us.
Are you still smoking? Studies show that most smokers really do want to quit, so that's why today we're beginning our 5-part series that can help you quit. Now, if you're not sure whether you're ready to do so just yet, think about this. More than 320,000 Americans will die prematurely this year because of diseases linked to smoking.
The lab test proved that cigarette smoke contains over 4,000 compounds, including DDT, formaldehyde, and carbon monoxide. Of course, they're all poisons.
And often overlooked, but just as deadly as those poisons, almost 10% of all the fires in the United States are caused by smoking. Those fires result in thousands of deaths and hundreds of millions of dollars worth of property loss as well.
For any program to be effective, you have to want to quit. So all this week, we're going to present some of the most successful programs to help you stop smoking. Now, the first method we're going to explore is known as aversion therapy. There are a variety of organizations that offer these types of programs.
Linda Brown, who is a member of our home staff, has been smoking for about 12 years. And recently, she completed a program that's run by the Schick Institute here in Los Angeles. And we're going to take a look at what that program is like.
Can you pick up the speed just a little?
Crowded into a small room, 1 hour a day, for 5 straight days, the fondness Linda once had for cigarettes is turned into an intense hatred.
In a way, it's a kind of death. There may be the same kind of sadness, you know, that's experienced when you let go of a parent.
During each session, Linda chain smokes without inhaling, and she's jarred by a small electrical shock each time she raises the cigarette to her lips. After her last session, Linda will be offered her money back, almost $600, if she wants a cigarette.
I can't take any more of this.
Please welcome Linda Brown and also a regional manager from the Schick Institute, Joy Miller. Welcome back, Linda.
Thank you.
Joy, nice to have you here.
Thank you, Sandy.
That really looks terrible.
Gross.
You haven't had a cigarette, though, now in 2 weeks. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm really hanging in there. I don't want to smoke anymore.
What are the toughest times, though, when you really have to hold tight to that thought?
Well, believe it or not, it's just before I go to bed, because I'm really relaxed then. I'm reading, you know, in my own little world, and it's like, gee, I'll have a cigarette just before I go to bed. And that's no more. I don't really,
But how do you work through that, Linda? What are you
water,
doing to
exercising, just the thought of what you just saw. I mean, that, all I have to do is just bring that thought up. Being in that little room, having her read some of the statistics to me, just, you know, you don't want it anymure.
But you've known those statistics for a long time, and it took you a long time to reach the point where you said, no more.
Right.
Right. You ask yourself now, why did I ever start in the first place?
Yeah, because I was insecure, you know. I wanted to go to a party or meet my friends at a tavern. I had to have that security. I couldn't sit there by myself waiting for them to come or whatever. I had to feel important, so I'd put that cigarette in my hand. And that made me feel like, gee, I could walk around all by myself. He was my friend, that cigarette. And I had to tell that cigarette now, hey, I don't want you anymore. You're not my friend.
There was an air of sophistication about it, wasn't there? I remember back in college days they used to teach you how to smoke a cigarette, right? Joy, this program has been working pretty effectively for a lot of folks. What is your success rate?
93% quit the week they go through the program, and then it's almost 60% 5 years later. So it's quite high.
Almost 60% of the people who go through your program are cigarette-free at the end of 5 years?
Right, 5 years later.
We see those pictures, and I mean, it looks, as I guess the term, it looks repulsive as all get out. But why do you think it works so effectively?
Well, it really works well because all smokers have a conflict going on, basically, between the conscious and the subconscious. And consciously, they know all the reasons they should be not smoking, that they should quit. It's bad for their health and so forth. But subconsciously, they really like it and they really want it. And it's a very pleasurable habit over the years that they've been smoking, you know. So as they do the therapy, the counter-conditioning, it gets rid of the desire for the cigarette. So they end up that they really don't like it. It really is unappealing. And it's not of interest to them anymore, so it erases the conflict that they had. And it's a change in attitude, it really is. And that's what is so good for the long term, you know.
Is anyone a good candidate for that kind of program? Would it work for anybody?
Almost anybody.
Really?
What we try to screen for is someone that would be on drugs or alcohol. We ask them not to be having those things or to cut back on those substances for the 5 days of the program. So that would get in the way of the program. People with medical problems, a heart or lung disease, we can adjust the therapy to that, and it's done on an individual basis, so we do that, and they can do the program very successfully.
Did you ever smoke?
Yes, I used to smoke. I smoked for about 12 years.
Same as Linda.
Yeah.
This is not the first time, Linda, that you've tried to quit.
No. But I tried to do it on my own, and I just needed some reinforcement. Getting older now, and you know, so you settle down a little bit, you start to get a little more serious about life, and you realize you want to be around. And you know, I guess the big thing in my life is my dad. My dad is 82 years old. He had part of his left lung removed from cancer and from being a smoker. And not that I did it for him, but I should know better. I know what I've been through with my father, and thank God, 82, he's cancer-free now, you know, and I'm blessed to have him.
Well, we're going to check back with you, my friend, and we're going to make sure you're cigarette-free.
I promise.
In about 3 months,
okay? I'll do it. I promise.
It's tough.
It is.
Gosh, this is unfortunately the voice of experience.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy.
For information on how to find a program like this, or there are so many other types of programs available, and if you'd like to know more about the one in your area, the American Cancer Society operates a toll-free referral line, and the number is 1-800-4CANCER. That's 1-800-4-CANCER. Okay? Thank you both. Next up, 6 sure signs of quality when you're buying furniture.